Welcome to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Live Bigley community, giving you the resources and knowledge to help you live the life you were born to lead. Hello, I am Brittany Bigley and welcome to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose. Today I wanted to jump on and talk to you about the power of disgust. Disgust is an emotion, and evolutionarily, it helped us to be repelled from things that were toxic or unsafe for us. But I would say nowadays, we definitely don't necessarily need to be repelled by toxic things because we ultimately know what is toxic in our environment for us so that we don't eat it. But we can use this emotion to help us start taking aligned action. Again, I have talked about aligned action and how there is a grieving point where we have to go from a part of ourselves that we want to change and we have to grow and evolve. And there's a part of us that grieves this part that we cannot take with us as we're growing and evolving. So there is a grieving point. But then there is a point where we get disgusted with ourselves, and that is a true turning point in our transformation and in taking aligned action, because you ultimately look around and you realize this is not the life that I want anymore. This is not the life that I believe I deserve. I am not living in true alignment. Something doesn't fit anymore. This is not who I believe myself to be anymore, or it just doesn't fit. It's not who I want to be. And there's this moment that we basically turn inward and we are just like so disgusted with who we are, how we're playing out our life. And that is just there's a power in that disgust emotion, because the disgust emotion is actually what's propelling us and moving us forward towards taking aligned actions towards our goals. So for an example, I would say around the fall of 2024, I was taking stock in my life and what I wanted my future to be, where I was currently in the present moment. And there was a very distinct moment in time where I kind of put myself out of my comfort zone and went to a public speaking conference with a coach that I follow. And it was around this time that I showed up, and the way that I showed up at that conference, I was really disgusted with myself because I was having a lot of, how would I say it? I was feeling like an imposter. I had imposter syndrome. I felt like I didn't belong there. Yet I knew deep down in my heart and soul that this is a calling for me to continue to work on public speaking and sharing my message with the broader community, with the world. And there was a point where I was just disgusted with myself. I was disgusted that I had showed up and feeling like an imposter. When I came home, I took stock in my life and what I was doing on a daily basis, who I was hanging out with, my job, my coworkers, friends, my daily habits. And I really started to evaluate my life and everything in it, just the habits that I showed up with every day, how I conducted myself, how I held myself in front of others, how I talked about myself, how I, did I show up and talk about others, or did I show up and listen to others? Was I ultimately being in alignment with my true authentic self? And there was this moment of disgust of, this is not who I want to be. This is not living in alignment with my authentic self. And that was a pivot point. That was a turning point where that emotion of disgust was the catalyst for me changing my life. And I can't say that I'm on the other side of it where my life has completely changed, but I can feel that I'm in the process of changing it by the way that I show up, by the daily habits that I take, by the aligned action that I take. And that is not just daily, not weekly, not monthly, not a couple months. It is like the minute to minute actions of being present in the moment, of being present in my surroundings and taking stock of what are things that I want and need to do that's in alignment with my authentic self. And that's like keeping my space clean. I've talked about doing dishes on the daily, doing laundry, getting my work to-do list completed, and not taking up so much mental energy, time, and space, not complaining, because that takes up mental and emotional energy and just time that is kind of pointless. So really, disgust is such a powerful, powerful emotion in helping us to transform our life and go from where we are currently, maybe feeling stuck, maybe feeling like we're just not able to get to where we want to be. But if we sit with that disgust, it really can be a powerful motivator to get us to start taking aligned action. So, as always, if this resonates with you, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you feel like this is medicine for someone else, please go ahead and share it with them. If you feel like you want to hear more content like this coming to you consistently, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, happy healing, happy sitting with your disgust. Again, that is a powerful, powerful emotion. If you allow yourself to feel it, notice it, and then start to take aligned action based on your disgust. All right. Happy healing, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for listening to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Live Bigley community, giving you the tools and resources so that you can live the life you were born to lead.